Hi everyone, and welcome to this digital garage session on create video for YouTube. My name is Alison. I'm a trainer for Google's free skills training program, the Google Digital Garage. Just a bit about myself. I'm an experienced digital marketing specialist and trainer. I have a background in business to business and business to consumer organizations. And I've worked in this sector for a good old 17 odd years. So hopefully that experience will come in handy today. I would also like to introduce our moderator today, Na. Na is also a Google Digital Garage coach and will be interacting with you and answering some of your questions via the instant chat to the right there. You can identify Na by their name as well as a little blue spanner you should see next to Na's name in the chat. Thank you for everyone who's saying hello to us already. Hi, Leslie from Hampshire. Hi, Abby Doodles. Hi, Ahmad. Hi, Slovakia. Sorry if my pronunciation is less than ideal. I'll do my best. Great you can join us today. Just before we get started, I just want to call out a few things that will help you with today's webinar. Firstly, if you're having any trouble viewing the webinar right now, please just try refreshing your page. Often switching it off and back on again does the job. If you would like to join in the instant chat today, and we really hope you do because these sessions are live and we like them to be as interactive as possible, you will need a YouTube account. And you can set one up very easily by clicking in the box on the right there. It will just take a minute or so to set up, and then you'll be good to go once I get started. I will pause through the session to answer any more complex questions that there might be in the chat box. Na will be answering your questions and comments throughout the session, but has a limited number of characters available. So if there's anything that Na feels everyone might benefit from hearing the answer to, or that could warrant a longer answer, they'll be sharing that with me, and I will come to the question in the chat, in the question break. And just to let you know, we're running this Google Digital Garage virtual training as part of a broader offering of courses. If you'd like to check out our schedule of up and coming webinar training, please see the information on this in the description below, which will link you through to the website. And I'm sure Na will be sharing the link with you in the chat there as well. Okay, a few more hellos coming in. Hello, Jonas. Hello, Nidhi. Hello, Mary. Hello, House of Nomad. Hi, people from all over the world here today. So thank you so much for being part of this session. That's the housekeeping done. Let me go through what we're going to cover today. So over this 60-minute session, we will be looking at finding your niche. So what are you passionate about? Who is your audience? We're going to be looking at creating engaging content. So what steps do you need to take when you're planning and shooting, and tips along the way to do with your video creation? And we're also going to look about how you can get discovered and how you can track your success. So no matter what you're aiming for, whether you're looking at creating a YouTube channel for fun or potentially to create money, revenue, we're going to look at how you can get your channel seen. So just while we're getting going, it'd be really great in the chat if you could share with us, if you could only watch one topic of YouTube videos for the rest of your life, one topic only, what topic would you choose? So what are you most passionate about watching? What topic are you interested in watching videos on YouTube? So share that with Nara in the chat. Let's get some answers coming in. It's really interesting to hear what everybody likes to watch on YouTube. For me, I guess it would be comedy. You know, I really like to be made to laugh, to sit down and be entertained. So probably clips from The Office, the American Office. I could probably watch those all day, actually, just for fun. So do share that with Nara in the chat, and then we're going to discover why YouTube is the right place for you and your content. Before I get started on the YouTube stuff, just want to draw your attention to some free one-to-one mentoring available from Google. Google Mentoring is available for small businesses and charities based in the UK. We hope you find today's session helpful, but sometimes you just want to talk to someone in a bit more detail about various topics. Could be YouTube, could be digital marketing in general. And these sessions will give you 60 minutes with a Google Digital Garage coach like myself or Na or one of our many other trainers who'll be able to sit and talk with you online about any challenges you might have with digital marketing. So if you are a small business or charity in the UK, you can sign up for a free one-to-one mentoring session from Google. They're completely free, which is amazing, so take advantage of it. They can help you with a range of digital skills. It could be building a digital marketing strategy, finding more customers online. You can sign up at g.co/UK mentoring. Okay, thank you for sharing some of your ideas. So Emily would be watching travel videos, House of Nomad DIY videos, music and sewing. Hans, Sebastian, travel. Leslie, crafting videos. Oh, a bit of crafting. Learning new things. Thank you so much for sharing those ideas and what you would be interested in watching. Appreciate that. But let's just have an overview of the reach YouTube enables and why it's the right place for you and your content. So YouTube is the world's largest video network and the second largest search engine behind Google. The YouTube platform will enable you to share your unique stories and build connections. There are over 2 billion logged in users that visit YouTube every month, meaning almost 1/3 of the internet. And every day, people watch over 1 billion hours of video and generate billions of views. As I just mentioned, YouTube's the second largest search engine after Google. And there are 500 hours of video uploaded every single minute on YouTube. So being present on YouTube gives you a voice and gives you an opportunity to connect to this vast audience available out there. So what is YouTube all about? What is YouTube's mission? Well, YouTube's mission is to give everyone a voice and to show them the world. And YouTube has 4 essential values of freedom. Freedom of expression. So on YouTube, people can express themselves and share their story with the world. It's the idea that everyone has something important to say. YouTube believe that people should be able to speak freely, share opinions, foster open dialogue, and that creative freedom leads to new voices, formats, and possibilities. Everyone should have easy, open access to information, and video is a powerful force for education, building understanding, and documenting world events, big or small. And whether your passion is cars or cakes or travel or crafting or cooking or baking or music or sewing, there's space for you and your passion on YouTube. On YouTube, anyone can follow their passion and create something that everyone can watch. It's freedom of opportunity. And everyone should have a chance to be discovered, to build a business, and succeed on their own terms. And it's people, not gatekeepers, who decide what's popular. And finally, we've got the essential value of freedom to belong. Everybody should be able to find communities of support, break down barriers, transcend borders, and come together around shared interests and passions. And the first step in getting started on YouTube is to define a message for your video by finding your niche. So what we need to do initially is identify the foundations of your channel. Identifying the foundations of your channel is going to help you create content you enjoy and are passionate about and reach like-minded people. So we're thinking about, what is your channel going to be about? Why are you creating content? Is it for fun? Is it for work opportunities? Is it to document your experiences? Is it to have a focus? Is it to share a new hobby? Why are you creating content? And who is your audience? So who's going to watch your content? We need to think about, who is our target audience? Who's going to engage with the video we create? This will help us to decide the tone and the style of videos. So this initial creating a rounded idea, a full rounded idea of what you're doing, why you want to do it, and who you are aiming it for, will help you to focus attention and create content with purpose. This is really important, that we're creating content with intention. Let's start with the what. What is your channel about? So you need to decide what your channel is going to represent. What's your channel going to be about? So one of the best things about YouTube is that you can engage with and grow a community no matter what you're passionate about. whether it's comedy, sport, fashion, gaming, food, everyday life, whatever it is, there's an audience out there. There's a community that you can become a part of. Through YouTube, you have the power to connect with this large, diverse audience who have the same passions as you. But you need to really define your passion. So, what are your values and beliefs? What are you passionate about? What is your story? Now, you might be here this evening thinking, well, I'm not really sure what I want my channel to be about. I know I want to create some video. So, a good place to start is searching through content that you enjoy watching and thinking about subjects that excite you. You can also research what's trending on YouTube for inspiration. But one of the key ingredients to being successful on YouTube is being passionate about the videos you create. So the first step is to decide what your YouTube channel is going to be about. Remember, when you've chosen what your channel is going to be about, you need to be passionate about it enough to be able to regularly create content and video. So really be true to yourself in what your passions and values and beliefs are. Once you know what you want to talk about, then you need to think about the why. So identify your goal. Before you do anything, reflect on your channel's mission. Why did you join YouTube and what do you hope to accomplish with your content? So why are you creating content? What's your motivation? What are you aiming for? So whether you want to build awareness of your passion, influence, maybe you want to inspire your viewers, maybe you want to entertain people, maybe you just want people to love and care about what you're doing. Whatever it is, creating content gives you a chance to positively influence your audience and build trust, which ultimately grows loyalty with the audience. So before you start to create content, you need to be clear on your goal. If you're clear on your goal first, it makes it a lot easier to create the steps to get there. Now, we've got some examples here of some channels and about what their goals might be. So first up, we've got Mama Cherry. I want to inspire people to love and cook soul food. So this channel here is about, together with her family and foster children and friends, is sharing soul food recipes, cooking tricks, tips, hacks, all seasoned with love. She wants to inspire people to have the passion for soul food that she has. Super Sorrel wants to create a community of toy collectors. So this is a YouTube channel aimed at adult nostalgic toy collectors. And Super Sorrel posts daily and she brings content and action figure reviews 7 days a week. So he says, I unbox things so you don't have to. So unboxing videos here which are linking and feeding into a community of people who are nostalgic for toys gone by. Detailing World, I want to share my passion for cleaning cars. So Detailing World started as a forum and then added YouTube as a channel to showcase videos and grow their community. And they have an audience of people who are really interested in motor detailing, particular on cars, very niche audiences. But each of these channels have very defined messages and goals and aims as to what they want to achieve with their content. So get clear on your goal and use it as a foundation to plan out your content. So start having a think. I mean, this is an exercise that you're going to potentially want to take longer over than the time we have in this session. But have you got a passion that you can share with us in the chat? Why are you wanting to create a YouTube channel? Let us know. What is it that you want to create content about and why is it? So it could be that your what is music and your why is to teach people to play the guitar. Maybe your what is politics and your why is to spark conversation and debate. Maybe your what is makeup and your why is to showcase your talent. So share with us in the chat if you've got any ideas right now, what your what is and why. And if you're unsure about, don't know where to start, Alison, go back to thinking about what you enjoy and then think about from there, this is what I enjoy, this is what I could do. And why is it you want to create content? What is it you want people to do when they watch your videos? So I'm just having a look in the chat. So we've got Kakwa. Your goal is to connect people and get closer to nature. Fabulous. So we're talking natural world videos there about your surroundings, your environment. If that's something you're passionate about, it's a fantastic opportunity to get connected with like-minded people. So share with us, let us know what's your what and what's your why. Now, once you've got that, your what, your why, to make your foundation of your content even stronger, we're going to add on the who. So who are you creating content for? So to understand who your content is for, we need to define our audience. And this is something we need to do in anything we're doing in terms of marketing online. Whenever we're talking to people, we really need to have an ideal market, an ideal audience in mind who's going to engage and watch our video. So in addition to why you're telling a story, think about who you're talking to. You want to identify your audience. Who's going to watch your channel? Why will they subscribe? Why will they keep watching? If you think about this before you start creating content, then you can tailor your communication. You can make sure your messaging is really talking to that individual that you want to engage with. So think about, where is your audience? Think about all the details, their age, their parental status, their household income, their geographic location, what are their hobbies, maybe what kind of music or movies they like, have they got any pets? What video content are they already watching? What sort of channels do you think are similar audience to the people you want to speak to? Do they like informationals, how-to videos, or are they engaging more in conversational videos or comedy videos, maybe emotional videos, maybe social content? So we want to do this initial research. All these details, the age, the geography, the characteristics of your audience will impact the way you speak to them and the messages you communicate and the type of video that you're going to create. We need to make sure that our video connects with our audience. Absolutely vital if we want to grow a channel. Now, one way we can do this, it's a really valuable exercise, is to create a persona. Now, this enables us to get a real idea of a fictional person who could be our real audience. A persona is a representation of your ideal subscribers, the individuals who are going to come back time and time again. They're going to subscribe, they're going to watch your videos, and potentially send new people to your channel that will become new subscribers. So whatever your content is, you will always have a persona that your videos will resonate with. So in this sense, it's really important to try and understand, learn, and adapt to the persona. Now, a persona is a representation of your real target audience, so you want to avoid biases and create it from research. And there's many different sources you can draw from. A good place to start is by identifying general demographics and use Find My Audience to identify pain points, desired experiences, values, and goals. If you've already got subscribers, use them to create your persona as they resonate with your content. You can use tools that will offer you insights into how subscriber behavior translates to the web. We're going to look at YouTube analytics later in this session, which can give you some valuable data. If you haven't got subscribers or a channel yet, don't forget to take advantage of YouTube and Google searches. Have a look at what people are searching for. YouTube and Google are the largest search engines, so see which keywords you want to rank for and figure out why the top search results landed in that position. So when you search for a certain topic, what videos are coming out on top? Why is that? Are they getting lots of engagement? What is it about those videos that's resonating with your audience? We're going to look at the importance of trends and keywords in the next section of this session. Now we've got Rohan here as an example persona, and you can see Rohan's in the UK, car enthusiast, goes to car shows, takes pride in his car, frequents online forums, goes to YouTube to learn, has 2 kids and is always short of time. Now, reading that persona there, we can already get an idea of the type of person Rohan is and maybe the type of content he will engage with. He's short of time. He's probably not going to want huge, long videos to watch. He's probably going to want educational content. He's definitely into his cars. So the content that Rohan might engage with would probably be very different to the type of content that I would engage with. But if Rohan was your ideal audience and your persona, you would be able to speak to Rohan when you were creating your video. And this can help you understand the type of content you might create. So now we have our what, our why, and our who. We can use them all together to create our content ideas. So the foundations behind our channel can be brought together to create these content ideas. So the what is, my passion is looking after cars. The why, I want to share knowledge and teach others. And the who is Rohan, the persona, the car enthusiast who loves his car. Once we've got all these things together, we could understand that creating videos showcasing tips on how to look after your car is likely going to be the type of content that Rohan will engage with. So these 3 questions can really help you identify your niche and give you a clear idea of the content you want to create. Come up with a variety of ideas and then use the strategies in the next section we're going to come to decide whether it's the right direction for you and your goal. Okay, quick break for questions. Okay, how do you link Aqua? How do you link a passion and a business, e.g. fashion for nature lovers? Passion in a business. Well, this is going to come down to your business and your business values. So it's not just about, right, now I have a business, I'm going to shoehorn my passion into it. Ideally, your business will reflect your values and your passion, and there will be an angle you'll be able to take on YouTube. And do you recommend running YouTube short ads to build your channel and understand more about your customer? Advertising is definitely a way that you can grow an audience on any digital marketing channel, including YouTube. And the analytics, the data you get from running ads will certainly help you understand more about the people who engage with your content. But equally, you will get data about your subscribers and people engaging with your content from YouTube analytics without even advertising, which I will cover later in the session. But thank you for your questions. We will have another break for questions, a couple of breaks, so do keep sending them over. On to the next step, which is going to be about creating engaging content, from planning to strategy to the equipment you're going to need. So what makes engaging content? Think about what you watch on YouTube. Why do you enjoy watching it? What makes you subscribe? What makes you share? So a few of you already told me that you like watching videos about learning new things, cooking, arts, craft, music, travel. What is it about videos you watch on YouTube that you like? Can you think about what makes them engaging? Share it in the chat with us. For me, I like videos that teach me how to do things. I'm almost at that point now when if I need to know how to do something, I'm going straight to YouTube. How do I do this? I like to have a visual guide. So the videos for me that are very informational with clear instructions that are easy to follow, really, I subscribe to channels. So I think I'm working on, what am I working on at the moment? WordPress websites, building websites. So I've often got channels that I will subscribe to that will give me tutorials on doing maybe some more complex things. So what is it about you and the videos and the content that you watch that gets you engaged, that keeps you watching, that gets you to subscribe? Do let us know, and I'll come back to that once you shared your answers there in the chat. There's many things we all enjoy about content. We all like watching different things for different reasons. We've got different motivations. The great thing is that there's simple and effective ways to get your audience feeling the same about your content. So one way to see what's popular on YouTube is by viewing what's trending on the homepage. There's a list of trending videos which will help you see what's popular, what's happening on YouTube, and what's happening in the world. So thank you very much for sharing. I've got some answers coming in. So Kakwa, you like inspirational videos. So videos when you've watched them, you feel inspired, you feel motivated. So Growing Girl, you like learning skills. Me too. So YouTube, often I'll ask this and loads of people will say they go to YouTube to learn how to do things. It's an educational platform with lots of tutorials. Leslie likes videos with no waffle, so I better be careful. Absolutely to the point, get to the point. Abby Doodles, learning new hobbies. Again, learning things. Great, thank you very much. So together, we're going to look at some creative strategies that help develop engaging videos and help you to build that loyal community. Let's break down the steps you need to create engaging content. Number one, research and plan. Research is going to give you a strong foundation, and planning your content is going to make creating it easier and save you time in the long run. As they say, an hour of planning can save you 10 hours of doing. Having your equipment ready for action. It's easier than you think to get started. We're going to have a look at using equipment that you might already have, as well as ways that you can enhance your video further. Create your content. Once it's ready, get out and give it a go. It's so important to take on a trial and error approach to this, an experimental mindset when you're creating content. And then we're going to look at some simple steps to consider when you are editing your video. Let's start with research. Being well informed can kickstart the creative process. So get inspired, explore competitor content, look at what's already being done, what's working, what's not. Listen to experts or someone with experience and learn from their story. Analyze the news, look at trends, look at current events, what's happening on social media, debates, things people might feel strongly about, and determine how all of these things contribute to the conversation. There's so many resources available to help you research your needs. Have a look at Google Trends if you haven't used that already. It allows you to track the popularity of various search terms over a period of time. So, for example, a channel might notice that search traffic around unboxing tends to spike every year in November and December. Knowing this, the channel could get ahead of the trend by shooting and editing videos, unboxing videos in maybe October. So they've already got that content good to go in November and December. So you want to release those videos just as the search traffic spikes. Check out Think with Google. Find My Audience, which I mentioned before, is one tool on thinkwithgoogle.com. There are so many useful research resources there. You will find the data we're exploring and the trends we're tracking, along with forward-looking perspectives and behind-the-scenes looks at digital marketing campaigns and video campaigns across industries, platforms, and audiences. If you've already got a channel, use YouTube search traffic to have a look. It gives you insights on things like titling, popular formats, audience familiarity with your name or brand. You might notice that a channel has a higher number of viewers arriving by searching for the title of a popular format like meme review, as opposed for people searching for the channel name itself. So how are people finding the channel? Check out YouTube Analytics, which will let you monitor the performance of your channels, your video and content. It will show you up-to-date metrics and reports. There's a ton of data available in different reports. You've got views, traffic sources, the demographics of people engaging with your videos. But we'll have a look at that later on in the session as well. Once you've done some research, you want to think about the type of content to create. So consider what type of content is right for you and think about the resources and time you have. What can you realistically achieve within your day-to-day? So there are a number of different options for the types of videos you can create. One-off videos that will get your message across with a quick, impactful hit. Short form, keeping your video under 3 minutes. This is great if you're going to be an always-on channel releasing content with a continuous theme in the same format. Longer form videos, can you deliver information in a way that keeps people coming back for more? So long form typically means longer than 3 minutes. An example of this would be interviews, live streams, documentaries. Series, so you can take as long as you want to tell your story. A series is a variety of videos that connect together to complete the story. So part 1, part 2, part 3, etc. And you might release them all at once or sporadically. Or maybe this becomes a regular post from you on your channel. You might want to start small and build as you grow into the platform. You might want to just try and test a few different styles of content to see what engages and resonates with your audience. Always refer back to your goal. Why are you creating content? And it can be really helpful to create a release schedule as well. So you know what you're planning ahead all the time. You know what you're going to release and when. So these are critical when building fulfilling audience expectations. How many videos can you release per week? What days of the week will you release them on? Having a set number of recurring releases linked to specific days of the week ensures that audiences know when they can expect video content from you to be posted to your channel. Will you rotate the content types? So some creators rotate content types throughout the week. So an example of this would be posting a lightweight vlog or a behind the scenes video on Tuesdays, and then a higher production value sketch on a Friday. Will you link the content to specific days of the week? So tech reviews Tuesday, fun facts Friday, throwback Thursday, those types of posts. Use the scheduled publishing option when you've created more than one video. And then if you want to release them over time, you can schedule the release within YouTube. And then subscribers can choose to be notified when you post something new. So let's have a look at how we fit all of this in and structure the content. So once you've decided what sort of content you want to create, you need to think about how you're going to tell your story. No matter how long your video is going to be, all stories have 3 elements: a beginning, a middle, and an end. So when structuring your video, it's good to use the same concept. So in the beginning, introduce the aim of the video. Make sure your content tees up to this aim. You want to hook your audience in, grab their attention at the beginning so they continue watching. In the middle, this is your main content. So what are you trying to communicate and why is it important? Everything should ladder up to your core content goals. You might want to identify a problem for your viewers and follow it up with a solution. And at the end, call to action, clear call to action, telling your audience what to do next. Do you want them to subscribe? Do you want them to comment? Do you want them to watch another video? Again, think back to your goal. Always ask for comments, likes, and subscribers in your videos. Try and focus on the benefits of subscribing. So what will they get if they subscribe? What's in it for them? This will lead to more viewers and more promotion as similar videos are searched or viewed on YouTube. Now, this might be your final clear end call to action, but you will probably want to have mentioned it earlier on in your video too. Not everyone watches to the end, so you can use call to actions throughout the content. And before you start filming, you might want to write down some prompts on what you're going to say. So writing for videos. Now, creators do this in a variety of ways. It could be as simple as a page of talking points to remind yourself of what topics you want to cover. Depending on the type and complexity of the video, you might want to write a full script. So this provides specific dialogue for speakers and can include directions for crew if you have one. Even if it's just your friend filming for you, you might want to have some directions available to keep everyone on track. If you're looking to create a scripted video, you can find sample templates online. So have a look, have a Google, because there are lots of resources out there to help you create scripts. It's best to write with your own voice. So everyone has their own way of storytelling. So try and put as much of yourself into it as possible, because then it's going to be more authentic. So even if you don't have scripting experience, jump in and write from your perspective. And you know how you talk. So you don't want to sound too scripted. So even if you do write a script, you don't want to sound like you're just reading off a piece of paper. Keep in mind your what and why and your who all the way through. This will help you decide the tone of voice you're writing for. So if you're writing to Rohan, he's going to be engaging with a certain type of voice, a certain type of style. So what sort of style and voice are your audience going to connect with? Few tips for writing dialogue: speak directly to the audience, use the word you, talk to your viewers. It's more personable. People prefer being spoken to rather than being spoken at. Write the way you would say it. So no one's going to read your script. So write down what you would actually say, not what reads best written on paper. And read your script out loud. So this is the only way to know if your dialogue sounds natural. And so read it out loud. If it's stilted, if you're finding it disjointed, make changes and try and read it out loud again. Once the dialogue's clear, you're going to know roughly how much footage you need to shoot and what shots you're going to need. If you're using a voiceover, be sure to shoot some extra footage to account for pauses in dialogue and visuals that don't make the cut. And a good way to plan your shots is by using a storyboard. So this is an example here on this slide of what a storyboard might look like. Storyboards are a really good tool to plan out your video. Don't need to be an artist to sketch out a video plan. You can use stick figures, whatever you like. You just want to get an idea of the shots that you need. Start with your beginning, middle and end, and then plan each shot in detail. And the more you plan here, the easier it's going to be when you come to shoot your video. There's also digital tools available. If you prefer, there's one called storyboardthat.com, but you can print it off on a piece of paper, even draw it on a piece of paper. It doesn't really matter, whatever's easiest for you. You could even write out your storyboard as a shot list if you don't want to draw. The important thing here is thinking about the details. So for each shot, think about what your goal is. Is this the beginning? Is it the hook? Is it the middle? Or is it the call to action part of your story? The visuals, what's going to be seen in your shot? What's going to be in the background? Are there going to be any items in your shot? People? What's going to actually be in the shot? What about audio? What can be heard in the shot? Music, talking, props. So are there any props you need to make the shot effective? And in terms of crew, do you need help? Do you need someone to be filming, or is your camera placed somewhere stationary on a tripod? Do you need something to be passed to the presenter whilst in shot? What do you actually need? So once you've got all your research and planning done, the next thing to consider is your equipment. So start with what you have. You might think you need to have access to a fancy studio, or turning your spare room into a studio, or moving the kids into the garage so you can have their room for all your new equipment. And how much is that all going to cost, and where do you even start? You don't need all of that stuff. The good news is you probably already have most of the things that you need to get started. So in terms of video camera, technology is improving all the time on our phones. Most camera phones are now high resolution and definitely good enough to get you started. Think about mounting your phone on a tripod, because a stable image looks better than one created with an unsteady handheld camera. And if you can't invest in a tripod right now, use something steady to rest the phone against a height that will suit your video. Even a book or a shelf. You don't need to have all this expensive equipment. Think about your lighting. Natural light is effective for filming. If you set up facing a window, the natural light is going to enhance the look of your video. Be aware of shadows, especially across your face. This could be distracting to your viewers. Try and angle the lighting. You do need to balance the lights left and right. And as I'm saying that, as it's getting dark where I live and putting my lights on, I'm talking about the lighting, thinking, yeah, it's getting dark in the north of England right now. But I have a window right in front of me to give me natural light. So in the daytime, it's really great for video, but as it gets dark, it's not ideal. Video editing software. There's lots of options when it comes to editing. So lots of creators start with free editing software that's installed on their computer. So if you've got a Mac, you might have iMovie, you might have Windows Movie Maker, but there's free online editing apps as well. You can also do some quick editing touch-up in YouTube Studio. So, for example, you can add or edit your end screens. You can trim out unwanted sections of your video before or after publishing even. And you can always add to your basic equipment. You often see YouTube channels that you can tell they started with more basic equipment as they got more successful, the videos got more polished. That's okay. We all start somewhere. But start with what you have, and then there's nothing stopping you. So we've looked at a few things that are vital to have before uploading your first video, and here are a few low-cost options to take your video making to the next step. So tripod, really important. A steady held camera is going to give a much more professional look. Lighting, there's lots of affordable LED lights out there online. They enable you to have flexibility where and when you shoot. Make sure the light is coming from behind the camera and directed towards what you are capturing. Microphone, sounds really important. You need to be heard. Remember, the microphone on your phone is designed to speak when you're close up to the phone. That's what it's designed for. So it might be okay if you're close to your phone, but if you're having a wider shot or moving around, you might want to have an external microphone or a lapel mic. And then video editing software, you might decide in time to purchase more sophisticated editing software to give you more options. But start with making content with what you've got and then grow your kit with your experience. Some extra tips. Think about what's seen in your shot. What's in the background? What's on your clothes? Have you got logos? Have you got busy prints? Everything in your shot sends a message and adds to your story. Make sure what you're wearing contrasts with your background. You don't want to blend in to the background. Choose your space carefully. So try and find a room with softness in, so clothes or carpets, to avoid echoes. So you don't want to be in a room where it sounds echoey, maybe like the bathroom. Camera positions, so think about angles and movements. Think about how your video will open. How will it close? What are the key moments in between? How is this going to affect your sound? You might want to consider recording your audio separately. Use a free audio app like Recforge or Recorder Plus and record your audio file with a separate device to the one you're filming with. Considering all these details prior to filming and while shooting is going to make the editing process easier. So 5 steps to basic edit, I should say. So the best time to start thinking about when editing is during the writing phase. So by envisaging your edits early on, you can anticipate how your video will look, how you want your viewers to react. This usually makes it easier for you when you sit down to edit because you have a clear vision for presenting your story. And there's no single method for editing, but many creators will follow a workflow similar to this one here on the slide. So firstly, import and organize your footage. Unless you're recording and editing directly on your phone, which is possible, your first step is usually to import all of your footage from your camera to your computer. As you import, organize the files so it's easier for you to find what you need later on. And don't forget to back up the files as well. Review and place your favorite clips. So watch your footage and select the clips you plan to use. You can bring the clips into a project timeline and then rearrange them to match your story. And in many apps, you can add markers to clips to identify an important event, so you can easily find it later on. So for example, you can mark the position where you want to add a sound effect. And at this stage, trim clips or delete entire clips that don't seem to fit. So remove long pauses or filler words, your ums and your ahs, unless they serve a purpose. And you might need to watch your video many times. Actually, step away from your project, put it on the computer, step away, take a break, come back and get a fresh perspective. Then you want to add your visuals and sound effects. So you've got unlimited options really to add titles, intros, transitions. Sometimes less is more though, remember. You don't want the effects to detract from the story. Some programs offer a wide array of built-in video effects, or you can download plugins from third parties. And you can add music and sound effects at this point. It's really important to check your audio. Try listening to your video with your eyes closed. See what the sound's like. You want to be able to adjust the volume of various elements such as voices, sound effects and music to make sure everything's blended nicely together. Make color corrections. So you might want to do some color correction to fix brightness and change the color to match all of your shots so everything blends in nicely. You might want to adjust the color temperature to create a particular mood. And finally, you can increase saturation and contrast to make the footage pop. And lastly, you want to export and upload your video. So review the video a few times to make sure you're satisfied and then prepare to export. Set the export settings according to your ratio. Check if your software has a specific YouTube export option, because they often do. And after exporting, you can upload your video and publish when you're ready. So to understand these steps further, as we've limited time today, head over to the YouTube Creator Academy for a beginner's guide to video editing. Now we'll share the link with you in the chat, but there's loads more information on this online. Okay, second break for questions, a quick break. Leslie, how do I find out about present subscribers? YouTube Analytics will give you more information about the demographics of your current subscribers. Kakwa, do you recommend creating videos on what we like or what our customers watch? So a combination, as Nath already said, a combination of both. I would agree. We want to enjoy what we're creating, but it has to resonate with the people that we are talking to, particularly if it's a business, because if we're doing this from a business perspective, ultimately this idea, this YouTube channel, is to help drive sales, help drive conversions. So it's part of the customer journey, and therefore it needs to give them value, give them information that's going to help them become customers. So it does depend on the goal, but ideally you want to enjoy what you're doing, and the people that watch it need to enjoy it as well. It needs to work both ways. Thank you for your questions. We will head into the final part with 15 minutes to go. So this final section is going to highlight the simple ways to help the content that you create be discovered, and how do you track your success? How do you know if you're moving closer to your goal, and what's available out there to help support you further? So once you've uploaded your video, it's really important to include searchable video titles, descriptions, and tags to make it easier for people to find your video, even if they're not specifically looking for it. So use the keywords that people are going to be searching for on YouTube. Remember, YouTube is a search engine. The results we get are videos. So people are searching using words. We want to be including the keywords they're going to use to find our video. So we're matching up with meeting their search intent. Well-written descriptions with the right keywords can boost views and watch time by helping your video show up in these search results. So using common terms like how to and review is a good way to connect with more viewers. Optimize your video SEO, so search engine optimization, around your existing keywords. This will help your video get found initially. There are tools you can use to help you understand what keywords to use. So one I've mentioned already is Google Trends. Another one is called the Keyword Planner tool. You will find that inside Google Ads. So if you sign up for Google Ads, even if you're not going to run any Google Ads, you will be able to find this Keyword Planner tool that will enable you to get an understanding of what keywords are being searched for and their synonyms. So including these terms can help you to maximize traffic from search. Avoid irrelevant words in your description because it can create a poor viewing experience. If we're giving an inaccurate description of what the content is, that could also violate YouTube policies. And try and find out what your audience is looking for. So use this, as it shows you here on the right, this autocomplete suggestion. You know, if you start searching for something and then underneath are the suggestions, that's what other people are searching for. So let's have a look what they are searching for to see if there's any keywords we could be using. Once you know your keywords, use them to be searchable. Write searchable titles and descriptions. Descriptions can convey valuable information that helps viewers to find your videos in the search results and to help them understand what they'll be watching. So these well-written descriptions with the right keywords can boost views and watch time because they help your video to appear in those search results. So we suggest you identify 1 or 2 main words that describe your video and feature them prominently in both your description and your title. So reinforce important words. So you might not be able to see here the word mini lemon meringue pies appears in this video's title and descriptions. These are important words. This increases the likelihood that YouTube could surface these videos in the search results if someone's searching for these mini lemon meringue pies. Give an overview of your video using natural language, not just a stream of keywords. It needs to make sense, not just be keyword stuffed. Identify the content type that you've got. So a how-to video. Here we've got in the second one, 10 steps, how to detail your car. It's clear what that video is about. Again, at the top, easy dessert recipe. We're telling the viewer what they're going to see in this video. At the bottom one, it's a reaction video, and even the thumbnail, the shocked look, is conveying what this video is about. You might want to label with the brand or series if needed. So for example, Super Sorrel's name is in the title here to help people find similar videos. And keep your description short and visible. So consider how your description starts, as this is the section that can be read easily, this first line that people see. So really think about what's going to be displayed there. As you can see in these three examples, you can only see the first 1 or 2 lines. So any additional information people are going to have to actually click to see. So we want our really important message there at the start. When you've uploaded your video, add tags to help viewers find your content. So keep it simple. There are tags fields available to you when you upload the video. Include words from your title and a mix of general and specific tags that will thoroughly and accurately describe the video. So the example here, very small, you might be able to see, is hashtag haul, toy haul, shopping haul. Use keywords and their synonyms, and including these terms can help maximize your visibility in search. You might want to consider tags here that have information that's not communicated in your title and description. Think about how you search on YouTube. What do you put in when you're searching for something? Try and put yourself into the shoes of your audience and what they might be searching for. And you want to build your community. YouTube is an absolutely fantastic platform for building a community. So there are ways you can integrate and promote your channel from YouTube. Integrate your channel into your website, social media, email, anywhere you're visible online. This is a really good way of getting your videos in front of interested viewers, people who are already aware of you, to encourage continued interaction with your brand and help you spread your story further. Add links to your YouTube channel, to your emails, videos to your blog, share teasers across your social media pages. Everywhere you have an online presence, shout about your YouTube channel. Add your social media handles in your description page on YouTube as well to help grow both ways and help this community and sense of engagement with your brand go beyond just being on YouTube. And use the community tab to interact directly with your subscribers. This helps to build trust and loyalty. This is one of the great things about being online, is that we can actually engage and talk to our audience. It's a two-way conversation, which is one of the fantastic features and benefits of YouTube, is the ability to actually talk to our subscribers. So make use of this community functionality. You can also add buttons to your YouTube banner to take your viewers directly to your other pages. So just make use of all of this that's available to you. Have a look. Have you completed your About section thoroughly? Are you using your community tab? Are you linking to other important pages? Bring everything together so you have a really cohesive online presence, including your YouTube channel. You can promote your channel on other platforms from your social media, give teasers across your social pages, encourage views across YouTube. Mama Cherry here has added her social platform links on her YouTube channel, added links to her YouTube channel from social media, kept a consistent brand and look and feel across all the different channels as well. If you head over to her website, you'll also see she's integrated her YouTube videos into her site. This is a great way to make the most of your content as well as to reach more viewers. So think about, you're on YouTube, where else are you? How can you integrate everything so that you can get really great benefit from all the different platforms interacting together? You can understand your users with analytics. So YouTube Analytics records your channel's progress, who's watching, what time of day, where in the world are they. It even shows you how long someone stayed watching your video. So to access your analytics page, sign into your YouTube Studio and select Analytics from the left-hand menu. And within YouTube Analytics, you'll be able to look at the different tabs to help you see the data that's most relevant to your goals. So what type of content is driving viewers to your channel? Drill down into the list of videos, seeing if there's any specific trends, any specific formats or themes that are more prevalent than others. What creators has your audience got an affinity for? As part of this previous point, it's also worth looking at the source channels for each video. Do any of these creators represent collaboration opportunities? Are you identifying other creators who might be complementary to your brand? And as a big picture consideration, you should also look at the percentage of your watch time coming from suggested traffic overall. These stats will help you know what's working and what's not, so you can adapt and change to build your channel and to suit your audience. To understand this further, you can head over to, there's a link which Nar should share hopefully in the chat. There's a link on support from Google about how to get more out of your analytics. So it'd be really great, Nar, if you could share that with everybody, because it will explain in more detail than I have time today how you can get the most out of YouTube analytics. You want to know what you need to measure. So this person here, I'd love to know if my content is reaching users. In that case, you want to log and have a look at impressions. An impression is every time a viewer comes across one of your video thumbnails on YouTube. Be aware this doesn't include traffic from notifications or end screens. Think of each impression as a potential reach on YouTube and an opportunity to earn a view. If you want to know if viewers are seeing, hearing, and watching your video content, check out click-through rate, CTR. CTR will show you what percentage of your impressions on YouTube turned into actual views, and effectively measures how often viewers watched a video after seeing an impression. It likely represents a subset of your channel's total views, since not all impressions are counted in this metric. Are your viewers interested? Then you want to check out the average view duration, the watch time. YouTube video views reflects how many times a video has been watched and can be an important measure of video's overall popularity. But average view duration will give you an estimated average minutes watched per view on a piece of content. This is important as it allows you to know how long viewers are watching a video before moving on to another piece of content. And the watch time will tell you how long viewers have spent watching your content, which will give you a sense of what content viewers actually watch, as opposed to the videos they click on and then abandon. Once you've got your results, you can then use that information, that data, to adapt and change your content. And trends change regularly, so don't be afraid to try something new. Okay, we've gone through a lot today. There's a lot in that session, so let's just check in for any questions before we refresh on the key takeaways. Morocco rental cars. Is ads of YouTube more useful than Google? That's a whole different session. We do have sessions on advertising. Different ads have different purposes and different goals. So it really depends what your goal is. Who do you want to advertise to, and what sort of content are you going to use to advertise, and what is your end goal? Is it to buy something? Is it for them to subscribe to a video? So it's impossible for me to answer that. Lots of different types of ads out there you can use. YouTube ads are one of them, search ads, display ads, social media advertising. The types of ads that you choose to use and their effectiveness are going to depend on your audience, your goal, and your product or service, and many other factors, which I wouldn't have time to go into today, Morocco rental cars. But do check out our other webinars, because we do have some specific advertising sessions as well. And Catquel, what apps do you recommend for making all videos with the same filter? In all honesty, I don't know the answer to that, Catquel. I don't use apps for making videos with the same filter. I'm assuming there will be many on your phone. It depends whether you're using your phone or whether you're using a desktop. I tend to use desktop video editing applications, so I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to give you the answer to that. If anybody has any recommendations of apps in the chat, please let us know. There are many different apps available to you on Play Store and on iTunes, so check them out, see what makes your budget, see which has the functionality you want and that's useful for you. But I wouldn't like to make something up. Okay, thank you for your questions. Right, I'm going to finish off with a quick recap. So some of the key learnings today. First of all, find your niche. What's your passion? Why do you want to create content? Who's going to watch it? This is going to give you a clear foundation for you to create content with purpose. Next, create engaging content. Capture people's attention. Take your time before filming. Research and plan. Choose the right type of content for you. Create with confidence. Be consistent. Once you've decided what you're doing, keep showing up for your audience. Be consistent. It's really important. And finally, don't forget to measure what you're doing to see if you're being successful or not. Use keywords to help people find your video. Track your success with YouTube analytics. And don't be afraid to try something new. Let's take that experimental mindset and run with it. Do share your next steps with us in the chat. Are you going to go and explore creating some content or planning some content first today? Let us know what you're going to do after watching this session. And don't forget, free one-to-one mentoring available from Google, available for small businesses and charities in the UK. If you do work for a small business or charity, sign up for a free session. You're going to get an hour with a Google Digital Garage coach to discuss maybe some of the topics we've talked about today. Could be digital marketing strategy, social media, advertising, Morocco rental cars, could be any number of subjects that we cover there. So do sign up at g.co/UK mentoring. But that's me out of time today. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your questions. Thanks to Nar for being a fabulous moderator. I hope you found that a useful dive into creating videos for YouTube. As I mentioned at the beginning of the session, if you're interested in more training from the Google Digital Garage, there are a few ways you can continue learning. We've got many different Google Digital Garage webinars in different subjects. So if you'd like to check out the schedule, check out the information in the description below. If you want to carry on learning in your own time, check out the Google Digital Garage website. There's more online training courses there available 24/7. Check out the YouTube Creator Academy for YouTube specific training as well. And if you have any feedback or questions, please let us know. #Digital Garage with your feedback. Do fill in the feedback form, which is also in the description below. But thank you very much for joining us today. We look forward to welcoming you again to another Google Digital Garage training session soon. Bye, everyone.